So, for example, we have done a lot of projects around elections. We've worked on 6 election projects in the last 2 years. And one of the largest, most recently, was in Brazil, where we worked with 24 newsrooms. But we were being sent messages via WhatsApp of content that people were seeing that they thought was problematic. And so the challenge with WhatsApp is that there's not much metadata around a piece of content. So then you have to search for, had this circulated on Facebook before? Where are we seeing? Where was the first example of when this first came? Doing, reverse image searches. Can we find a piece of the image that potentially has been spotted before? Where did it travel? What kind of groups did we see it in? So what were the motivations of the people who either were creating it or sharing it? So whether it's an image during a breaking news event, when no newsroom would publish any piece of content unless they'd gone through those 5 steps, or whether it's during an election trying to monitor disinformation, the same steps are required, which is to learn as much about a piece of content as possible. It's very rarely whether something is true or false. It's about having a full contextual picture of that piece of content and the person who created it, and then the people that shared it, in order to really understand a piece of content and to understand what to do with it, whether or not it's responsible to debunk it, or if actually it hasn't spread very far, it's often more responsible not to debunk it, because you don't want to give additional oxygen to those rumors. Or if you're using an image or video during a breaking news event, what are the ethics of consent, for example? So if there are people's faces visible in the video, is this something that you want to seek their consent? Have you ensured that you have the copyright to use this piece of content in news? So there are a number of different things that you have to think about when you're working with this kind of content, but that's why you have to do real diligence around the verification process, so that you know whether or not you can use it, both legally but also ethically.